Wow, Bennigan got popped. I slightly forgot about like Bennigan because I was just like, wait a minute, who is Bennigan? Like I was trying to remember, but then when they showed like clips of him in the last season, I was just like, okay. And then like the whole story started to come back to me where he was under like the Finn's payroll, and he had to give money to his sister because she was in the hospital, which it made more sense as to why he was like putting the pressure onto Diamond, where he like, listen, I need like 50K, I need 25K because my sister. And to further explain the story, where it was just like, I guess back in the days, Diamond's, I guess, bad batch of drugs, or she got a hold of some bad batch of drugs, and that's when it kind of like messed her up. So I'm like, all right, right. So, and then you seen at the end like D-Mac shoots him. I'm like, what? D-Mac, what? And he calls himself doing something. I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't he at the movie theaters? He just came downstairs and popped him. I'm like, what? D-Mac? That kind of caught me off guard, because I'm like, out of everybody, I'm like, D-Mac. You would think, I don't know, it could have been Gennard or something, like coming down the stairs like, I need money, man. This shit ain't working. But I was just like, okay, all right. Now that D-Mac officially got his first kill now, and it's messing him up. So now Tom is gonna have to like really look into some things to be like, all right, D-Mac, like we're gonna have to like really talk. Like, why did you have a gun in the first place, and wasn't you at the movie theater? So that's gonna be something. And then we got to see more about like Claudia's plan of trying to like do stuff on her own and trying to like separate from Walter, where she was like talking with Merkovich about like the whole opioids and the pills. And like the way Claudia was moving, it sounded like she was kind of like manipulating some things where like, oh yeah, like Diamond and Janelle, you think that they actually like fighting? Like, nah, they working together. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no, like, because Merkovich is already looking at them, he's really looking at Gennard, because he's really pressing Gennard for money. But then at the same time, Diamond and Tommy is his enemy. So to have both of them to like team up together, I'm just like, damn, like Claudia just kind of like put the little seeds of dissension in his brain to like really go after them really hard. So I'm like, oh God. But she was trying to like, work out some sort of deal with Merkovich, and Merkovich was just like, man, this is some bullshit. I'm like, yo, it's like, don't get me wrong, like, the Flynn family, it's not looking too good, like, especially for Walter. It seems like things is going to be going downhill for Walter. But then at the same time, when you look at the Serbs has been taking a hit, but they haven't been taking too many devastational hits like Walter has, because you see where Paulie was trying to like talk to Doyle to try to like get some sort of extension on Walter's time, but then Doyle did some dickheadish shit and was just like, well, hey Walter, you need to check your man, son. You need to check your man's, because he coming to me talking about some favor. I don't know about this favor. And then Walter just like, nah, man. So you see him later, he pulls up with a gun at Paulie's house, and he's just like, listen, man, how dare you do this to me? How dare you overstep my boundary? This and that. You was basically my brother-in-law, but you was jobless for a year. You done. And I'm like, nah, man. See, it's not looking good. And then you see like later on as well where Claudia and Vic, that they talking, and she was just, she was really like coaching up Vic to be like, we should basically kill Walter, because after he did to their mother, after we did to Gloria. And the fact is that he's really using them and kind of like putting them against each other. I mean, she has a fair point, but the way she's moving, it's kind of like Walter-like, right? It's kind of like Walter-like the way she's moving as well. So, but she does make some fair point about how Walter has been acting. So to try to like, coach up Vic to be like, maybe we should take him out. But Vic is just like, I don't know, like he's still a father and this and that, but she's explaining like, no, he is evil. He's not going to allow them to make their own choices and their decisions unless he is gone. So I'm like, I mean, you got a fair point. I mean, she's not wrong, but we're just going to have to like wait and see what that type of decision is going to be on how they're going to take him out, and how's it going to be. Because I'm thinking Vic might have like cold feet. He might have cold feet on it, and he might not do it. Claudia seems like she's gonna be, more drawn into doing it more rather than Vic. Vic is gonna be like, he's still a father though. Like, I don't know. I see Vic kind of like backing out of that though, because he's thinking about it, like he wants to do it, but I don't think he really wants to do it. So we're gonna have to like wait to see on that. And then like I said before, you got like law enforcement, looking at like Tommy and Maria. They looking at them. Well, not really looking at them, but they really like spying on Tommy and keeping like surveillance, because we seen like later in the beginning, I should say, some of CBI, they was already being picked up by law enforcement. And because, they trying to like, bring down everybody. They trying to get like CBI. They trying to bring down, the Mexican cartel. They trying to bring down the Serbs. Like, they trying to do everything. But it seems like it's not going to work out pretty well. Because like I said, I think that there's going to be a wrench into their plans going forward, where they're not going to get anybody. They might get somebody, but I don't think they're going to probably get everybody. Right? And oh my God, yo. Jenard was like, it was, I don't even feel bad for him. I was gonna say it's sad, but fuck him. It doesn't even feel bad, because the way he was like in the beginning, like drool coming out his mouth, getting high on his own supply. I'm like, yo, it ain't looking good for Jenard. It's not looking good for him, because you see that Miguel, he was like, okay, where's my money, man? Like, yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? And then now, the one thing that we got to keep in mind, because Maria came in when they was choking up Gennard, and Gennard saw Maria, so he's like, okay. Now, we know how Gennard is going to probably get his way back in, which is going to be a clue, where if he seen Maria, and maybe he catch Tommy and Maria, then he can go back to Miguel and be like, yo, guess who was with your sister? Yo, Tommy Egan. You can't trust him, right? And he like, what? What you mean? And he might get a little extension on his time or whatever. So I mean, it's really two people that could probably like, tell Miguel or inform Miguel of what's going on. It can either be Janelle, sneaky Janelle, right? Or it could be like, I don't know, law enforcement. Like somebody, I don't know, it could be somebody. I wouldn't say like they would directly tell him or anything, but they could be a little sneaky about it. Be like, oh, like come up to him, like Bobby come up to him or whatever. Like, oh yeah, Tommy Egan. Show him some pictures or whatever. He'd be like, see Miguel, look Miguel, look. Tommy's with Maria, some shit. I don't know. Because like I said, law enforcement, they be, some of them in there be trying to play a little dirty. So like I said, we just going to have to like wait and see on what's going to happen there. And then I kind of wonder like what's going to be like between like Diamond and then I guess like Leon's mom. I think I'm saying that right, like Leon's mom, because I mean he's already got business, with the other woman that he's sleeping with. So I'm like, you don't want to be caught out with like, you messing around with two women and one woman finds out about it and be like, well, screw you, I'm not doing this anymore, or you gonna pay me more. It's just like I hope Diamond don't really. I hope he don't do that, because he's already teaching Leon how to fight. And then he see his mama. He like, damn son, like you looking thick and goodness gracious. And it's just like you just can't. Like if you mess around with one, you gotta stick to one, especially if that one is helping you sell and shit. You don't want to be dipping your toes into something else despite something else may look good. Like you just can't. So I hope that Diamond don't really do any of that. So it's just gonna be we just gonna have to like wait and see. But back to Jenard, man. Like when he was talking to Shanti about the whole little K situation. And I always said, like, Shanti backing the wrong guy. She's really backing the wrong guy, because, I mean, she kissing up on him. She's like, you good? Like, what's going on with your lips? Like, it tastes a little druggy. Like that white powder and not that sugar powder that you put on your cupcakes. It's like, she's like, nah, I'm good. And then he's with his guys and shit, trying to get the money together. Then they come in, like, the other group comes in, and they just like, oh, like, what happened to, like, little K, this and that, you have heard from him? I don't know. Then they get word, like, oh, he's dead, and he's just like, oh, nah, there's gonna be blood in the streets. And then he got, like, a crucial moment. He was just like, all right, I killed little K. Little K broke rank, so what's up? And then that's when they pulling out guns and fighting, and then that's when they just said, you know what, screw treason. Half of them, not all of them. They said screw treason, and then they left. And then you see, because Janard's over here getting high on his own supply. He's bugging out and shit. So I'm just like, okay. But I don't know. I feel like Gennard probably might make a comeback. I don't see it though, but I mean, he probably might make like some sort of comeback and be like, all right, I'm back now. I don't think he's gonna have like the force that he had in the beginning, but I think that he probably might make some sort of form of a comeback. But again, we just gonna have to like wait and see. But I mean, look at him now. I mean, he owing money to the Serbs, he owing money to Miguel, and then he's getting high. I don't know. I feel like Shanti could be the one to step up and be like, take his position or his role or whatever. Like, if she really wanted it, to be like, okay, I'm just going to like take away his opportunities. Because let's just say half of treason don't go back to CBI, right? And they go along with Shanti. I think that I could probably see that as well. Like, they probably might just move along with Shanti if they don't go back to CBI or whatever. Because you look at Gennard, and it's just like in the beginning they was just like they was rocking with Gennard, but then as we starting to see his little soldiers and his empire is crumbling because he can't get his shit together, and they see him as an incompetent leader. So I don't know, Gennard ain't looking good, but. Comment down below on what you thought of this episode, right? Do you think that law enforcement is actually going to be more efficient than the law enforcement in New York? Because I always bring that up, though. What are your thoughts on, like, Stacy and Bobby's, like, I guess, like, joint task relationship on how they're going to try to, like, bring down Tommy and everybody else? What are your thoughts on maybe Maria as well? Like, do you think that Maria is sleeping or trying to get close to Tommy to either exploit his weaknesses or trying to, like, or is it maybe if not exploiting anything, but just, viewing her option out? Because she's already cheated. She already has, like, a nurse boyfriend, but she sees something in Tommy, right? JP and D-Mac's relationship as well. Like, do you think that despite Tommy trying to tell D-Mac, like, listen, I'll kill you if you ever get in this game, but now that he's already killed somebody and he wants to be back in, how that relationship is going to affect it? Because it's like, JP's trying to have, like, a relationship with D-Mac and trying to, like, have some sort of form of relationship with Kate, but then at the same time, Tommy, he's, doing well on his end, but being investigated by law enforcement, and then you have D-Mac who's now officially killed the guy, so it ain't looking good. And then on top of that too, since Bennigan is dead, they're gonna have to find like a different cop to be, their eyes and ears on the inside. So I want to know who's gonna be that as well. But like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you all in the next one.